Well, we've been covering how these people in CD Projekt Red and the Witcher 4 dev teams absolutely hate you over the last week. And as more comes out, it's becoming patently obvious. I'm calling for a Witcher 4 boycott. We do not want this. They've said basically that they are making a strong female lead version of this just to do a strong female lead version of this. You know where this all goes when they replace characters that you love with this kind of thing. And as you can tell, now the CD Projekt Red franchise and lore designer for The Witcher 4 described his last game, Cyberpunk 2077, and their player base as fascistic, unempathetic, and depraved, as well as poisonous and predatory wankers. This is just the latest in a string of comments we found from this guy. He absolutely hates gamers, and this is who they've got in charge of their lore over there. You think they're going to respect what came before in The Witcher as much as they say it to the media, their little shill outlets over there? You know exactly where this leads every single time. So please hit that like and subscribe button, everybody. Join us here as we talk about all things in gaming. I really appreciate you for being here. This is my Fandom Pulse Substack, where we report the news every single day. I would love for you to sign up. I'm going to put this in the description below. You can see John F. Trent. He is a nominee for the Real Games Awards for Best Games Journalist out there, and he co-owns this website with me. We report the news together on everything in pop culture. Absolutely crushes it. Congratulations to John Trent, and please, like I said, sign up in the description below. Now, we do not have any advertising too, so if you want to grab a paid membership, it's only $5 a month. I really appreciate it. It is a great way to support the channel and what we're doing. We are doing journalism full-time for you that nobody else will do. And so if you want stories like this to continue, make sure that you keep our system sustainable by just supporting us. We appreciate all the gamers who have done so already. We've had an amazing first month and a half, already getting bigger than a lot of the other sites out there, all because you are awesome people. So Cian Maher, one of the CG Projekt Red's franchise and lore designer who's working on the upcoming Witcher 4 game, previously called CG Projekt Red's paying customers. This is how they treat their customers all over the gaming industry, guys. Fascistic, unempathetic, and depraved, as well as poisonous and predatory wankers. Wow. Maher, who's been working at CD Projekt Red since April 2023, previously worked at The Gamer, of course he did, from September 20 to 2021, an associate editor and leads features editor. So this guy came from the shill gaming media and got himself embedded into CD Projekt Red. And this is what these people do. They work at these companies like this to try to get these design positions within the companies. And it's a whole clout structure. They just kiss ass to these studios over and over and over again until the studios finally hide them. But they always get mask off, and you always see exactly what they have to say about gamers every single time. They hate gamers. They loathe gamers. This is who they are. As part of the article he wrote in 2020, he said, people who call Cyberpunk 2077 perfect are the people that Cyberpunk warns us against, and he hates his own customers. This is pretty amazing. While I can recognize that CD Projekt's marketing of Cyberpunk 2077 leaned into an edgelord egos of a demographic that rhymes with bin cell. A demographic that rhymes with bin cell. The sheer volume of people who have exposed themselves as irredeemably malicious lowlifes over the past 2 months. They love that word, irredeemable, don't they? And the past few days in particular is not just disheartening, but legitimately frightening. I was always aware of the malevolent mob, but although I never recognized its alarming number of proponents. Very, very weird that he'd write this and then get hired by the company right after that, and then claim the company was trying to appeal to, quote, those people. So clearly, as he gets into the company, his attempt to change the company is to not appeal to, quote, those people. And those people, as we know, are paying customers and gamers. And they've said as much from the Witcher group that they don't want the old people in. They're trying for a new audience. Very, very bizarre to try for a new and different audience when The Witcher 3 sold 50 million copies. You've already got the audience. You don't want to lose your audience. If you maintain that, you win, you morons. But this is how they act every single time. They really do loathe their own customer base. So he came even further. After generalizing about 2077's players, he then pointed to specific examples and rightfully derided the individuals who were trying to trigger a seizure in former Game Informer Liana Rupert as deplorable. He said, I wonder if they realized that by sending critics who had notified the world of potentially life-threatening sequences in the game, videos could trigger seizures in real life, that their actions are deplorable beyond human comprehension. Obviously, trying to trigger seizures is not a good thing, and we don't support that here. During my time with Cyberpunk 77, Rupert wrote, I suffered one major seizure and felt several moments where I was close to another one. I kept going because I made the decision to, and I feel the decision helped me sort of slap together a small little guide for players wanting to make part of this game for fear of missing out. She also claimed on X, she said, I've seen hundreds of videos disguised as support that are deliberate flashing to induce photosensitive triggers. If you're sharing this saying you're epileptic and receive video, don't press play. I am being back on my ass. Be better, please. However, he then claimed Cyberpunk 2077 were harassing trans people. Oh my gosh. I wonder if they realize they're harassing trans writers who have rightfully justifiably critiqued Cyberpunk 77's haphazard, sometimes harmful representation of trans people. Uh-oh. This is probably what he's going in as the lore director to change at this point, right? That they themselves are exact kind of people that Cyberpunk is designed to destroy. Fascistic, unempathetic, and depraved proponents of a regime designed to foster irreversible and indiscriminable misery and the technophilic dystopia. I guess that's what he thinks of Donald Trump supporters at this point. So absolutely wild, and this is going to come back to bite him 100%. Later in the article, he said the people who perceive Cyberpunk as some impenetrably perfect game, the vast majority of whom haven't so much as played a single second of it, are a gross testament to the members of society it and the cyberpunk genre at large paint themselves as antagonistic. It's a weird form of voyeurism that is highly frightening and almost unbelievably ignorant of itself. I can assure you one thing, the people who call Cyberpunk perfect and refuse to acknowledge its failings are the very same people who have no place in society that Cyberpunk warns against. No place in society. People who love this game have no place in society. You see how crazy this is? This is how much they hate their own customers, everybody. I keep beating this drum over and over and over again because these are hateful people. As much as they call you bigots, as much as they call you deplorable, as much as they call you all this, they are really telling on themselves. They are really projecting all of the weird hatred that they themselves have against just everybody out there. And it's really, really sad because, you know, this is what's going to destroy these franchises like The Witcher as it comes forward, because when they try to implement these kind of mores into the game, it's going to radically change what The Witcher was all about to begin with, and it's going to change it into something that people don't want. As the internet drowns in vitriolic virulence in anticipation of the game's full, unadulterated launch, these people are the sharks in the water, hungry for blood. We're not living in a cyberpunk, and we have not yet reached the technophilic dystopia. Maybe he thinks we have now. Donald Trump is your president, my friend. We can suppress their hatred by starving them till they cannibalize each other, revel in humanity that Cyberpunk 77's quieter moments offer. Away from the maelstrom of the free, of the people, it is exposed as poisonous and predatory wankers. So this is what he thinks of gamers, very, very obviously at this point. And he's been saying such all the way around. And we've seen that he's said terrible things about gamers on X as well, the site formerly known as Twitter. He's actually said that he wants to punch gamers because he just hates the way that gamers are on the internet. And this is who they've got in charge of The Witcher at this point. So if you are planning to support The Witcher, this guy hates you. The team hates you. They are intentionally putting in this whole feminist message to change the game. They're intentionally disrespecting the lore that's come before that says Ciri cannot be a Witcher. And they're doing it all just to mess with you because this is what they think they need to do to try to change the culture, to manipulate you. It's all a big psyop. And so for 2025, we've come up with a plan. And number one is we got to make The Witcher fail. Number two, we got to make Intergalactic fail. And number three, we got to make sure we gatekeep all these weird SJWs out of gaming for good so that we can change this and make gaming fun again. All right, leave a comment down below with what you think about this. Mask off, my friends. Hit the like and subscribe button. And do sign up for my Fandom Pulse Substack here, guys. I'm going to put this in the description below. We would appreciate you this Christmas if you'd come give us a paid membership. It's only $5. That's one Starbucks cup of coffee a month to support us doing journalism full-time with zero advertisers breathing down our neck, trying to censor us or anything like that. We do it for you, and we appreciate you being there.